again. Welcome to today's attempt of a Stepdle puzzle. Last time I played this, all of my starting guesses had J as the second letter, so this time they're all going to have K as the second letter. Okay? And we will start with Okra, why not? It gives us the O. So I'm not expecting any of the answers to actually have a K in, sadly, but I'll be happy if at least one of them does. At least we haven't started with 4 greys. Could have been worse. Let's hope my plans do not get foiled. Ah, we've got the O in the right place, nothing else. Okay. What else? How about we try to solve the code? It does give us the E. Surely we're just going to need 2 consonants now. We need to hone our skills. Ooh, we need to hone the correct first letter, which could be a T, G, B, probably some other things. Bone is probably the most likely out of those 3. It's not right. That's also not right. We've gone on far too long with this one. That is very frustrating. I went through all of the other first letters. I suppose I'm lucky it wasn't none. That would have been really unfortunate. Anyway, 5-letter word with K as the second letter. How about we try eking out some greens this time? Ah, well, we've eked out 1 green. It could have been worse. Maybe that will be the only vowel. So let's try some consonants. Ooh, we get the H. So that probably means it starts with a C. How about chimp? It doesn't start with a C, so what is that first letter going to be? A W. Is it going to have to be which? Because it can't even be a CK ending. Because cleverly I've ruled out the C. There we go, duplicated H's of all things. Not the most obvious, but we still got there. Right, what's a 6-letter word that's got K as the second letter? How about skimpy? I don't like just going for common letters, so we'll try the NPY. They'll probably all be grey. They are all grey, but the K is correct. We finally found the one word that uses it. Right. It's not night, weirdly. That was my first thought, but the I can't be third. So, what are we going to do instead? It can't be crikey because the I can't be third. Oh, it could just be an ing ending, couldn't it? Let's try baking. What is going on with this? This is not my best attempt. Okay, I've been a bit unlucky, I think. Ticket would work. I'm gonna regret this, but I'm actually gonna go for ticked first. Ticket is overwhelmingly more likely to be correct, but it could be something like wicked, so I don't want to duplicate the T at this stage. And it could be something completely different, so I'm very glad I didn't duplicate the T. Right, we've finally got the K in the right place. It's not a CK sequence though, and we still haven't got this I in the right place. How unfortunate is that? It's going to be cookie, isn't it? I suppose I can't argue. As a chocolate monster, I can't really moan when we get to see Cookie Monster. Anyway, what's a 7-letter word with K as the second letter? Let's try skating. Hope we're not skating on thin ice. Well, we've got a green I. I suppose it could have been worse, but it's not an ing ending. IER or IED would work. Funnier. Can't be funkier. Connive would work. There's quite a few options, but everything I think of has got a double N. I guess let's just go for funnier. I didn't want to duplicate the letter, that's why I kept trying to think of other options, but I've given up, we'll just go for this. Oh, it's hopelessly unhelpful. It's not an IER or an IDE ending, probably an ICE ending, that would work. Oh, it could be an ION ending as well, something like cushion, except a variant of that actually uses the E. If it is an ICE, which was my first thought, or an ILE, that means we have to still use the N in the first or second position. How are we going to do that? Something like in line, but not quite. In chime, on chime. It feels like the N will be the second letter, but it's just not guaranteed. Huh. I don't know what to do here. I've only got 3 guesses left. Wasting so many on the 4-letter one has really put me up against it. The thing is, we've ruled out a bunch of letters, and we do try several new letters at a time on the 7-letter word, so 3 guesses should be sufficient, but you never know. Incline? No, because we kind of have an N as the second to last letter. In something. I don't know. What if it's an ION ending, as I said? We need to think of a way to get the N involved. Something like mention, but obviously not quite. Hellion, that is a word. This is not going to be correct, but I just hope it's useful. It's not really useful at all. Okay, the N is definitely first or second. It's got to be an I blank E ending, hasn't it? So that would mean it's something like that. That first letter is gonna be a thou, but probably not the O. Invoice, that would work. This is gonna be right. I'm confident, and it's not misplaced confidence. Phew. So, shame about that first one, because otherwise we could have had a really nice 4-4-4-4 pattern. But that was a struggle. Even those last 3 were a struggle. Not quite as much of a struggle as the 4-letter one, but we did get there in the end. We still had 1 whole guess left, so I wasn't worried, were you? That is Stepdle Puzzle K2. That's a mountain, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye for now.